how are you doing? My name is Muzhinga Kankinda. I am a content writer, podcast news writer, freelance journalist, and currently the representative of the Association of African Podcasters and Voice Artists in Zambia. So today, as we celebrate Africa Podcast Day, I am so thrilled to share the incredible growth and impact of podcasting on the African continent. So let's dive right into it. I am so excited. Yay! So podcasting in Africa has been growing exponentially. We have South Africa, we have Nigeria and Kenya leading as the best podcast markets in Africa so far. But we have seen a significant growth in other countries as well, and that is something to be proud of. So these countries are Zambia, Egypt, Uganda, Malawi, and many other countries in Africa. So what is incredible about the scope of podcasting in Africa is the fact that content has been diversified. So podcasters are not just sticking to one genre, but they're going in all the way to create content that different kinds of audiences are going to enjoy. So there's business and entrepreneurship on one side, and then there is culture, crime, mental health, society, education, fiction and non-fiction storytelling on the other side. So African listeners have a variety of content to listen to, and I don't think they'll be running out anytime soon. Yes. I'm also happy that the scope of podcasting in Africa is being complemented by the increase of mobile internet access in the continent. And it is also being complemented by the rise of community building and collaboration movements like the Association of African Podcasters and Voice Artists. And we also have streaming and hosting platforms like AfriPods that are making distribution easy. So African podcasting has a bright future, and I believe this is the start of something great, and definitely I can't wait for it to unravel. This is one of my favorite questions in this video so far. So what excites me most about podcasting joining the African media landscape is the fact that it has ushered in an era where African stories are told by Africans themselves. So for far too long, the African narrative has been shaped by external media, and we all understand that these coverages could have incomplete and biased perspectives of Africa. I have noticed mostly that external media cover Africa in a negative way. It's either they're talking about the conflicts in Africa or the poverty in Africa, the hunger, the climate change devastating us, the diseases killing us, and other things that are not so good about Africa. But Africa is not just about the negative. I mean, every country, every continent has challenges and opportunities, and definitely the opportunities in Africa are not being explored as they should, and that has painted a bad picture about Africa to other continents. And so I am very happy that podcasting is changing that narrative. It is amplifying African voices, and I'm very happy that we are able to hear authentic good stories about Africa. We are able to hear about thriving businesses. We are able to hear about breaking research in Africa. We are able to hear about artistry, people that are making waves in the music industry, in the movie industry, and they're all from Africa. And I am very happy that we have changed the narrative of negativity. So I hope that in the future, as podcasting continues to grow, I hope that Bird and Africa No Filter will have good reports about the African narrative being in the hands of Africans themselves and not non-African sources of media. Great. So on a scale of 1 to 10, podcasting for impact is something I would rate a 9, because I have seen the impact of podcasting in Africa so far. It has given Africans the ability to tell their own stories. It has given Africans the ability to change certain perspectives about certain issues in society. It has also been teaching. It has also been changing lives. Talk about mental health podcasts, talk about wellness and health podcasts, talk about financial literacy podcasts, talk about educational podcasts. Everything is coming back to impact. These podcasts are impacting people's lives by educating them, by informing them, by giving them tips on health and wealth, by giving them the power to tell their own stories and to own their stories and to reclaim what was stolen from them. So definitely Africa is benefiting from podcasting for impact, and I am very, very happy to see this unfold. I have seen it firsthand with how Africana Woman podcast is changing women's lives. I have seen it firsthand with how Cabrazen is educating children, and I have seen how financial literacy podcasts are there educating people on financial literacy in Africa, especially now that we are in a difficult situation. I am also very happy that we have fiction and non-fiction storytelling podcasts that are bringing back the oral tradition that was lost many, many years ago. So information in Africa was passed down through oral tradition, through stories like legends, fables, myths, and everything. But because of globalization, that aspect of Africa was lost in many places, especially the urban areas of Africa. But now podcasting is bringing that, and I am very happy that people will still learn from generational stories through podcasting. So definitely podcasting for Africa is a good movement, and it gets a 9 from me. Great, that's it with the 3 questions I had to answer today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope to see you on the other side of the podcasting industry. Like I said, I am a representative of the Association of African Podcasters and Voice Artists, and this is a community of audio creatives, not just podcasters. And so if you come to us and join us, you stand a chance, you have the opportunity to learn a lot of things, from podcasting to voiceover, artistry, and so many other things that you can learn. There's also the Africa Podcast and Voice Academy, where you can learn in-depth courses on what you want to learn about the audio industry, and we invite you to join in and become part of the community, because it is a community of collaboration, a community of partnership, a community that boosts your creativity. I also want to thank AfriPods for this opportunity to share this information with everyone out there. It's very important for us to know where podcasting is and where it is going. I am very, very honored to be featured on Africa Podcast Day. Thank you so much to the AfriPods team for making podcast distribution and hosting easy. And I hope to see many incredible projects from AfriPods this year and many, many years to come. So The future is bright. Let's continue to thrive. Happy Africa Podcast Day. Bye.
So